Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and where we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And in today's episode, the topic is Salley reveals why Kawhi Leonard may be the closest thing we will see to Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. So that's the topic I want to get into in today's video. But before we get into that, I want you guys to please make sure you go ahead and hit the like button and hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. And ensure that you hit the notification bell, because if you don't, sometimes the videos won't go out. So make sure you hit the notification bell. Also, check out Dreamerspro Max, is an online sports community that we created. Place where you can go and start basketball discussions, chat live during games, consume original content, and so many other cool things. If you guys are interested in that, be sure to click the link below and get 7 days of access. Y'all know that sports is all about comparisons and debates. This is really the essence of what sports is, right? Sports is all about passion, and this guy is better than this guy reminds me of this guy, this lady reminds me of this. That's what it's really all about, right? And there's so many interesting debates that we can go back to and look at, or that are even happening right now, that just kind of accentuate the point that I'm trying to make here. For example, look at Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton is a 7-time Formula One world champion, but and he's being compared to Michael Schumacher, who some people feel is the greatest driver to ever race in Formula One. Right? You have the Lewis Hamilton versus Michael Schumacher. They're tied in championships. You have Cristiano Ronaldo versus Pele. Right? Who's the best player? You have Ronaldo versus Messi. That's another back and forth. Who's better than who? You have Shaq versus Kareem or Wilt or whatever it is. You have Muhammad Ali versus Floyd Mayweather. You have Mike Tyson versus Ali. This is all a part of sports. Sports is all about comparing people, and contrasting them. That's really pretty much what it's all about. And but sometimes there's some players that draw comparisons to each other more so than similarities. And in this case, I want to talk about the whole scenario between Michael Jordan, Kawhi Leonard, and Kobe Bryant. Now, Kobe has always been compared to Michael Jordan, right? I think we all kind of agree on that, right? He had the same mannerisms. He had the same moves. Essentially, he pretty much copied all of Jordan's moves. He had the same killer will. They were both the same height at 6'6". They both played the same position as shooting guard, in the NBA, and they virtually had the same playing weight. I think Jordan, when he was in his prime, he played at 220, and Kobe played at 215, 220, or Jordan played at 225. They played at the virtually the same weight, right? And Kobe, if you go online and look at some kind of comparison videos between Kobe and Jordan, a lot of them, if you just watch the videos, it's almost eerie how similar Jordan and Kobe were. Like, it's actually eerie, right? But it wasn't just just how they played. Jordan was very successful as a basketball player. He won 6 NBA titles. He won Finals MVPs. He won regular season MVPs, right? So did Kobe. Kobe won 5 regular season MVP. Kobe could score just like Kobe could score just like Jordan could. Obviously, Jordan was the more efficient shooter, but Kobe would take some of the most difficult shots and really make them. I think the fact that Kobe took so many difficult shots affected his overall field goal percentage. If Kobe just focused on taking the most efficient shot every single time down the court, Kobe would probably have shot close to 50% for his field, from the field for his career. Because technically, he can do it. He has the skill to do it. It's just that Kobe used to take some of the most difficult shots you will see any basketball player take. He would be, defenders would be draped on him and he will still be shooting, right? Because he was just that confident, in his jump shot. But since Jordan and Kobe retired, the late and great Kobe who passed away, since they retired, one player keeps being brought up in the whole Jordan-Kobe kind of comparison thing. And that guy is Kawhi Leonard. Now, about 2 years ago, or about a year and a half ago, we did a video called The Ultimate Hybrid, Kawhi Leonard, the ultimate hybrid player between Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. That video was it was a very successful video, actually, still getting a lot of views today. I don't know why, but that video did really well. And we kind of broke down sort of the similarities between these 3 players. But in this case, I want to give you guys a take, or I want you guys to take a listen to what Salley, right, the former Piston, Laker, Chicago Bull, had to say when he was asked about the whole Kawhi Leonard, Kobe Bryant, and all that. So before I go too far, take a listen to what John Salley had to say as far as Kawhi Leonard being compared to Jordan. Take a listen to what he said.
Well, Doc Rivers said that Kawhi Leonard is the most like Jordan that he's ever seen.
Kobe Bryant is Michael Jordan plus.
Okay.
Kawhi Leonard has the hands of MJ, does not have the pizzazz, but that kill technique and that literally technical, when I get here, I shoot like exactly as I practice, yeah. But Kobe Bryant is Michael Jordan plus.
Yeah, Kawhi's demeanor is like nothing I've ever seen. Like
Sidney Moncrief.
Now, in that soundbite, John Salley says, listen, technically, from a technical standpoint, Kawhi Leonard is similar to Jordan as far as his physical attributes, although Kawhi Leonard is a little bit taller than Jordan. Jordan was 6'6", Kawhi 6'7", but they both had very big hands. You know, Jordan had very big hands, bigger hands than Kobe, for example, and Kawhi Leonard has huge hands. To be quite honest, if you look at his hands. Another thing is they're very technical players. He made the point about how Jordan would get to his spot and pull up and shoot. Pretty much the same thing that Kawhi Leonard does. Now, Kawhi got a lot of his game as far as that part of his if you look at how offensively polished Kawhi Leonard is, if you look at his footwork, the way he pivots, the way he dribbles right, you know, he pulls up, dribbles left, can pull. He got a lot of that from Kobe, right? And some people may feel, well, you're taking away from Kawhi. Well, Kobe got a lot of what he got from Jordan. Kobe used to ask Jordan for advice. He studied Jordan. Like, you know, he really did. He dissected his game and patented his game after him. Kobe and Kawhi, Kobe used to train with Kawhi, or Kobe used to train Kawhi. This is well known. This is well documented, right? He was one of sort of his disciples, the whole Kyrie, Jason Tatum. He came from that school. And once you saw Kawhi Leonard, after he started training with Kobe, he immediately became a 25-point per game scorer, right? So Kobe has a direct influence on Kawhi Leonard's game because he actually trained with them. So there's a similarity in that aspect as far as playing style. Now, obviously, to John Salley's point, Jordan had played with much more flair. He was much more beautiful to watch. He played with much more grace and athleticism. Same thing with Kobe. Kobe was an above the rim player. Now, Kawhi Leonard can get above the rim. He can dunk on guys. We all know this, but he doesn't do it with the same style, right? With the same artistry. He seems to be a little bit more stiff, right? That's what Richard Jefferson said. Now, off the court is where, you know, Kawhi Leonard kind of, you know, distances himself from Jordan and Kobe, because Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant were very magnetic personalities, right? They were great salespeople. They had great smiles. If you look at Jordan, you know, after the post-game conferences, you used to see him dressed up really nicely in his suit. Skip Bayless used to say he used to make the media wait because he made sure that he looked, you know, make sure he looked like he was dressed. Make sure he was dressed to the T before he came out, because he had an image and a brand that he wanted to portray. Same thing with Kobe. Especially towards the end of his career, he really started to pay close attention to the way he dressed. He started to put on a lot of suits, the way he carried himself, his demeanor. You can see that him and Jordan were sort of close, and they were very similar in that aspect. As far as salespeople off the court, they were good at endorsing brands. They were good salespeople. You saw Kobe and Air. Turkish airline commercials. You saw him in different type of commercials, even his Mamba collection, his shoes. You saw him do great commercials like that. Same thing with Jordan in his Hanes commercials, his Nike commercials, very personable. Jordan even went on to do movies, Space Jam, right? Kobe Bryant did documentaries where he was featured. He was talking a lot. Kawhi Leonard, you don't see any of that. Kawhi is not on social media. He doesn't seem to be very personable as far as to the public. I'm sure he gets along with people around him, but he doesn't have that type of personality, right? He's more reserved as a person. So off the court, Jordan and Kobe are very, very similar, and Kawhi Leonard is not similar like these guys at all. Kawhi Leonard, although he's my favorite player, he's actually quite boring to listen to when he talks and explains things. He doesn't really give you much. He doesn't have a lot of emotion, right? But overall, there are similarities there, and I think John Salley kind of encapsulated the similarities that these players have, but also pointed out the differences really, really well. So what I want to know from you guys is, do you think John Salley is correct? Do you like the sort of the analysis that he gave, or do you think, listen, he's off, right? You don't get it, you don't see it. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Again, if you enjoy the video, be sure to make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit that notification bell to be notified whenever we drop our content. Once again, this is Charles here from Dreamerspro, wishing you guys an amazing day and catch you guys on the next episode. Peace.